world is facing unprecedented health and economic problems. The tourism and hospitality industries are one of the worst affected sectors globally. Local and international destinations face issues caused by the travel ban and restrictions of the government. But things are getting back to normal as we adapt to this new normal. Dadya. Hello everyone, I'm Fritz Harnet Quinto from BSHM HRA 4-1. This is my final video concerning the trends and issues in Macau, China's tourism and hospitality industry. Before we begin, let me tell you a quick introduction of Macau. Macau is a wealthy region known as the Las Vegas of Asia and rakes in more than $50 billion, largely fueled by the tourism, gaming, and service industries. Macau is also known to many investors as a tax haven, although Chinese government has made efforts to stem capital outflows to the region. Tourism and COVID-19. The case of Macau. According to the World Tourism Organization, international tourism fell by 22% in the first quarter of 2020, and this decline could extend to 80% throughout the year. This plunge is not a direct effect of the pandemic, but rather of the subsequent widespread introduction of travel restrictions and closure of airports and national borders. As the number of daily new cases is slowly starting to stabilize, many economies, particularly those heavily reliant on tourism, are searching for strategies to reopen their countries and accelerate economic recovery without risking a new outbreak. Rapid and exhaustive measures were implemented. With only 5 cases, the government shut down all education facilities and imposed temperature checks at the border, responding to the panic-driven private demand for masks. The Health Bureau began rationing masks to prevent a shortage. A temporary closure of casinos was ordered as soon as the number of cases reached double digits. Due to the policies implemented, the usage of masks by the majority of the population and social distancing, Macau plateaued at a total of 45 cases with no casualties, all of which have since recovered, as well as having no new cases in the last 2 months. However, the territory was not spared from further effects of the pandemic. The subsequent worldwide lockdowns had an enormous impact on Macau. This is unsurprising when noting that it is considered to be the most vulnerable destination by the World Tourism Organization in 2 categories. Tourism as a direct share of GDP, 48%, and tourism as share in total exports, 98%. In contrast to the 10% increase in visitors in 2019, reaching a total of 39.4 million per annum. There has been a loss of 99.7% of visitors in April 2020, year to date. For the first time since the liberalization of the gaming sector, the average daily balance has reached negative figures as the casinos have been suffering from the worst ever revenue drop of 73.7%. Even excluding gaming expenses, the total spending of visitors declined by 70.4%. in the first quarter of 2020. Taking into consideration developments abroad, the Macanese government has developed various approaches to boost the economy and help the territory overcome the adversities stemming from the pandemic. Besides ensuring the management of this health crisis, it is crucial to implement mitigation packages in order to promote economic growth, cushion the rise of unemployment, and protect the livelihoods of locals. One of the most imperative actions is to tackle the lockdown's impact on unemployment. Market intervention from the Macanese government took place to incentivize job retention and sustain the self-employed. A subsidy for employees designed to cover 25% of 2019 median monthly income has been put in place, as well as grants for self-employed professionals. Subsidies for businesses, however, are conditional. If a company lays off employees without justification, they will be required to refund the subsidy in proportion to the level of layoffs. On top of providing economic stimulus, spurring domestic consumption has been vital for kickstarting the economy at a time where the duration of international travel restrictions is still uncertain. Various efforts have been made to support the well-being of local residents, including the subsidization of 3 months of electricity and water bills for residents, as well as additional 2 months worth of subsidies to vulnerable families that had already been receiving benefits from the Social Welfare Bureau prior to the crisis. The economic ramifications of this crisis will be vast, and it is crucial for governments worldwide to provide economic relief packages that address the hardship suffered by the tourism sector and its millions of direct and indirect employees. Policies such as those implemented by Macau that incentivize job retention, support the self-employed, provide training courses for the unemployed, and restore consumer confidence are pivotal in the fight for economic revitalization. Going forward, the concept of travel bubbles will most likely play a pivotal role in boosting tourism, considering the successes in managing the health crisis and the creativity of the policies implemented to revive the economy. Macau is a possible example to follow for European countries whose economies rely heavily on tourism. Financial support on offer for schemes that will boost tourism in 2023. Financial support is on offer for activities aimed at stimulating the community economy in the field of tourism, promoting culinary culture and maritime tourism next year. Results are expected to be announced next March. Subsidized activities or projects must take place between April 1 and December 31 next year. Travel trade professionals to learn sign language to boost accessible tourism. The e-learning program called Power in Our Hands will teach how to convey cultural tourism information about Macau. The Guangdong-Macau In-Depth Operation Zone in Hanqing and the Greater Bay Area or GBA. Macau Government Tourism Office Director Maria Helena de Sena Fernandez said that she hopes that the industry professionals' awareness of accessible tourism in Macau, the in-depth operation zone in the Greater Bay Area, can be raised through the program. Macau to concentrate on hosting mega brand promotion events. Macau will continue to organize large-scale brand promotion events, strengthen the social and economic benefits of local events, and promote the development of local cultural and sports undertakings and industries. Secretary for Social Affairs and Culture, Elsie Ao Long Yu has said. She added that recent performances like the unforgettable melodies at the ruins of St. Paul's, which attracted many young tourists to Macau, could be formed as a brand to highlight the charm of the city's cultural events. According to Ao Long, the government is actively developing entertainment and sports events, culture and art projects, community tourism, and other than non-gaming projects, so as to enhance the city's cultural image and inject a more powerful force into the setting up of One Base. One Platform refers to Macau's role as a platform for economic, trade, and cultural ties between China and Portuguese-speaking countries, while One Center refers to the central government's directive to develop Macau into a world center for tourism and leisure. And that's how the pandemic affected the tourism and hospitality industry of Macau, China. Thank you for listening. All of the content in this video is for educational purposes only. 再见!